What you let into your mind and what you say about yourself and about others, it all changes who you are. And peer pressure is not an easy thing to overcome, but if you do, then you're really going to figure out what type of man or woman you are. The root of a lot of issues does not stem from yourself, although that's not to say that some of them do. As much as it is important to look inward, it is also important to recognize if the people you are surrounding yourself with are harmful to your well-being and your mental state. There's been too many people in this world that meet someone and seem to think they need to latch on to this person. The idea of that is utterly confusing to me. Why would you, as a person, an individual who gets to make their own choices, who has free will, stay with someone who berates you and does not treat you with everything you deserve? Every person in this world deserves love and respect and loyalty. And if you're not given that, you need to take a second to address your priorities. Back to what I said about what you say to yourself. Sometimes we can be the biggest thing dragging ourselves down and stopping ourselves from trying new things and holding us back from being different from what we see around us. If you tell yourself, I can't do this, I'm never gonna make it, that's gonna be your reality. You'll find yourself stuck in a prison of your own making. You will find yourself stuck. The only way to bend the bars and break out of this prison is to think about yourself in a new light. Even if you are messing up, recognize that and move on. I messed up. I did bad on this test. I said something mean to someone. I hit someone. But I'm trying to be better. And I'm going to be better. I can do this. That's the difference in mindset that makes the key in everything. Once you start looking at yourself in a new light and stop putting yourself under this gloomy spotlight, things will begin to change. And again, sometimes, trust me, I know from personal experience, it's not always easy to go easy on yourself. Sometimes all you want to do is just berate yourself. Hide in that little hole of despair almost. And what's important is that you recognize that you're in it first. Because if you don't even know what you're doing and you can't even recognize what this is going to spiral into, then I'm sorry to say it, but you've still got a long road ahead of you to getting out of that box. Surround yourself with people who treat you like you deserve. like you actually deserve. Oh, but I did this. Oh, but I did that. That still doesn't mean you should be with someone or be around someone who does not treat you with respect, with love, with friendship. If you really want to be a better person, then you need to look inward and see what you're surrounding yourself with. It's not just people. It's your lifestyle. That's it. It's your lifestyle. It's the people you hang out with, the food you eat, the media you watch, your addictions, anything. It's all a snowball. And what the snowball is rolling down towards, at that flat level, when it stops rolling, that's your life. Now, do you want your life to be a snowball that's clear, that's without anything in it? Just snow, pure. As pure as you can get in this life. We all make mistakes, but as pure as you can manage, trying your best, even understanding that you're not perfect. Or do you want to wallow in your shame and pick up all these branches and roots and sticks to the point that once you get to the bottom, you're not snow anymore. You're just dirt. And it's hard to say that because it's of your own doing. And of course, it's a metaphor. No one can be worth less than dirt. But that's what I mean. You have the power to change your mindset. You have the power to be different. You have the power to not stand by your peers and do the same thing that's either popular or just helps you fit in. Oh yeah, the rest of my school doesn't like this person, so I also don't like this person. Be different. Oh no, I don't want them to talk about me like that. Oh no, I could never handle that. Be different. Change your mindset. If one person is mad at you or talks bad about you and you know what you're doing is for the betterment of for someone else or the betterment of yourself in ways not associated with greed, then what you're doing is right and you'll know it. And it won't matter to you what that person says to you. Because to you, you recognize that that person might just be wallowing in their shame. Coping with their own issues by putting someone else down. Can you imagine that? That's how low you can get. To the point that you're so upset with who you are that you want to make other people feel bad about who they are. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing. And I think we're all guilty of it. So change your mindset. You do not have to be the person who fits into the mold to be a good person. You don't. And I hope that you need to hear this right now and you see this video. Because it's time for a wake-up call. It's time to change. Put down your sword and shield and be vulnerable. Look at yourself and don't imagine yourself as this perfect thing either. You will never be perfect. And if you hold yourself to that standard, you're going to be let down every single day. Something interesting to note is that people lie to each other, even to the people we care the most about, sometimes without even realizing it. When you look inward, recognize that you're not just looking at yourself. You're also realizing how you affect everyone around you, everyone who cares about you. So don't walk in fear. Just walk in caution. Walk in understanding. Walk in love. Walk in patience. Walk in grace. Walk in peace. And as hippy dippy as that sounds, that's what it takes to be a man or a woman. To be original. When did we get to the point where the lessons we're taught as children fade away? There's not one blameless person in this world, and that's okay. It's okay. Because at the end of the day, you can change. Anyone can change. And that doesn't mean everything you've done beforehand is going to just be wiped away. But I hope that it helps you find peace. And I hope that you know that it's not all in vain. Because bit by bit, crack by crack, you're breaking out of that cell and you're becoming a new person. Break that mold. Stand apart. Be different. Be yourself. Be unique. That's all I have to say about it. Break the mold. Be yourself. Actually be yourself. Not what you pretend to be, not any mask, nothing. Be yourself. Be kind. And watch as the people who cannot support you being kind and caring and loving and respectful fade away and talk about, oh, you changed. Yeah, I changed for the better. It's like Steve Lacy said, who would choose to remain the same? In 5 years, you will not be the person you are when you're watching this video right now. And you have direct control over where you will go and who you will be in those 5 years. But it takes the choice now. So be different.